والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. We are once again grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and thank you so much for your support for Masjid Jami Ar-Rabitah, and please don't forget to donate generously for the running of Masjid Jami Ar-Rabitah, and may whatever that you contribute become waqaf ilmu for yourself and your family in this dunya and also in akhirat. Amin, amin, amin. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Brothers in Islam, we come to the last part of the story of the Shajaratul Khuldi. Shajaratul Khuldi. Allah says to Nabi Adam alayhi salatu wasalam that you and your wife can stay in paradise and eat whatever you like. Wala taqraba hadhihi shajara, but don't come close to this tree. Fatakuna minadh zalimin, lest you become amongst those people who are zalim, right? But unfortunately, Iblis gave a very strong influence on Nabi Adam and Hawa, until finally they came close to the tree and they took the fruit. And when they ate the fruit, and then suddenly their clothing was on, and then they saw their awrat was exposed. And Nabi Adam and Sayyidatina Hawa ran to the bush of paradise and took the leaves of paradise and covered their bodies. And then they regretted. After that, Allah told them, Didn't I tell you that Iblis is your sworn enemy? It is a clear enemy for you. Why did you ever listen to it? Yeah. And that's a problem, and it can happen to anybody, whoever you can be. Whether we are scholars, whether we are ulama, whether whoever we are, but we can lose to the temptation of Iblis. But you cannot say Iblis is stronger than us. No, we can't ever say that. And neither can you say Iblis more knowledgeable than you. No, also because Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought Shariat that was clearer and more vast than any other religion. So we cannot say Iblis still knowledgeable more than us. Maybe they are more knowledgeable in tricking people, in trickery, in deceits, and so on and so forth, disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But to admit that we are lesser than Iblis is not right. To admit that we are lesser than Iblis, it is not right, brothers in Islam, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has honored the son of Adam over the other creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Iblis good in creating hoax and fabrication. Good in creating hoax and fabrication. The word Dajjal, Al-Masih Ad-Dajjal, why he was feared? Not because that he was powerful, but his ability to make the false look like truth. The false look like truth. Like somebody who can make counterfeit money. It's not easy to see which one is the real currency and which one is the counterfeit currency. But you go to some countries like people like to go to Vietnam, Thailand, shopping for this branded goods kan. Sometimes they are tiruan, the copy looks almost like the original though. The copy looks like original. So Iblis makes it like so real, so correct, and so accurate, and so real. Like when he said that, you know why Allah stopped you from eating this fruit? Because, Allah did not tell you. Allah did not tell you when you eat it, you will become angel, jadi malaikat, that you cannot die, and all your children will be born in the paradise. and that you can get to worship Allah forever. All these are close to what human wants. Close to what human wants. You want to be living permanently, able to come closer to Allah, dedicate your life to ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also on the extreme, that's one real extreme. The other extreme is when they say, you should not worship Allah until you know Allah. Now you sembayang, you know Allah not? If you don't know Allah, then you don't have to pray. For people who don't like to pray, this is good. This is a good option. Good option. Or any teachings or any cult who says that you don't have to nikah. You have the freedom as a Khalifah of Allah. You can sleep with anybody you like. Definitely there'll be a lot of followers for such thing because it's closer to the human desire. But the desire of Nabi Adam alayhi salatu wasalam was to become as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to do ibadah all his life, and he hoped that he will never die. That's why he was attracted to eat from that fruit. But he forgot. Allah told him not to come close to the tree. There are many millions or thousands of food and fruits in paradise, but Allah make one prohibited. Just one only. Yang ditegar itulah yang kita selalu nak cari. The one that we are prohibited is the one that we always want to do. Like zina, wala taqrabu zina. Do not come close to zina. But zina can be very tempting, not only for bachelors, but for people who had long been married. That's why we see uncle who are 65, 67 years old, they got their CPF. Then when they go to Batam, the temptation is very strong. You don't believe me? You ask Haji Hamid. Haji Hamid selamat banyak kali because he was handsome and attractive. So temptation like that will be very strong for you. So that when you are close to it, the temptation seems so strong, and then it will tempt you to do what is prohibited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But before I go to what I promise you, that tree still have or not, I want to ask you the question. Because this question, the story that we have been hearing, we heard that Iblis asked Nabi Adam to come close and eat, right? So in the end, their clothes were taken off. Then they have to hide in the bushes, take the leaves of the Jannah and cover themselves. After that, they was brought down to the dunya. Some people ask, what if Nabi Adam did not eat? This one, he ate it. This happened. We all knew what happened. Kalau dia tak makan, macam mana? Kalau dia tak makan, macam mana? Yes? The akibat will be the same. But Nabi Adam get reward from Allah for not eating. But he was sinful for eating the fruit. Yeah? But the other akibat, it's standard. Where Nabi Adam was created for two reasons. Number one, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number two, to become Khalifah of Allah on the face of the earth and to spread humankind. So ultimately, he will have to go down also. Ultimately, he will have to go down. Even if he did not eat the fruit, tiba waktu dia akan kena turun, penuhi tugas dia sebagai Khalifah Allah. The time will come, he will have to be put on earth to do his duty as the Khalifah of Allah on the face of the earth. Even if he did not eat from the fruit. But if he did not eat the fruit, he'll be rewarded by Allah for not eating it, for obeying the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But since he disobeyed, then there is a way to make taubat by when Allah taught him that ayat, فَتَلَقَّى آدَمُ مِنْ رَبِّهِ كَلِمَاتٍ فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ. Allah taught Nabi Adam some kalimat for him to make taubat. There's the doa, Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Ya Allah, we have wronged ourselves, and if you don't forgive us, we'll be amongst the losers. If you hear story when they said when Nabi Adam makes sujood, after that Allah said, raise your head and ask what you want. And then Nabi Adam said, Ya Allah, forgive me by the fadilat of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, dengan kebesaran Muhammad. Then Allah asked him, how did you know about Muhammad, ya Adam? Allah kan maha mengetahui. Macam Allah heran pula. Allah the most knowing, he was shocked. How did you hear about Muhammad? Then we tell you, takkan Allah tak tahu kan? Yeah. So that story requires authentication. Itu kisah, you must check whether they are sahih or not sahih. Then Allah said, you are right. Because of Muhammad, I created all mankind. I created all alam makhluk. Because of Muhammad, I created everything. But again, it contradicts ayat Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create the jinn and the insan for them to worship Allah. Not because of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah created because He wants to create, because He's got irada. Allah ada keinginan. Fa'alul lima yurid. He does whatever He like. He don't require, oh, I want to create the whole world because of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We know Nabi Muhammad was wama Muhammadun illa rasul qad khalat min qablihi rusul. Nabi Muhammad was one of the messengers of Allah, has come before him many other messengers. So in all the many messengers, Nabi Muhammad is one of them. Right? He's one of them. Jadi we should not make assumption when in the absence of sahih hadith. So that story about, he said, Ya Allah, forgive me by the virtue of Muhammad. How did you know about him? I saw on your arash, when the soul come to my eyes, I saw there was written, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And I knew you'll not put someone's name near your name except that person is special. That most ulama said it is not sahih. Even some said it is fabricated hadith palsu. So you please be careful. Please be careful when you hear stories. Even if you hear from people who wear somko, God beard, looks religious, human can make mistake. We are not ma'soom, but we must make sure the hadith we hear sahih or not sahih. Right, brothers in Islam? Okay then, is the tree still there or not? Is the tree still there? Actually, nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about it and nobody can give you the answer. But we knew the tree is in paradise. In paradise. But which paradise? Which paradise? There are many paradise. Jannatul Firdaus, Jannatul Na'im, Maqamun Karim, and many other places. Which one are you talking about? Even some ulama said the paradise Nabi Adam was staying was a temporary one. Because the real paradise, when you enter, you will not come out. It is permanent. It is permanent. And if it's paradise, Iblis is forbidden from entering paradise. How can he go to that paradise and meet Nabi Adam alayhi salatu wassalam? So most ulama said that could be a temporary garden, temporary paradise, not the one that we will enter on the day of judgment. And you know, paradise has got 8 doors, Jahannam has got 7 doors, right? So 8 paradises, they are different. So this one, how come Iblis can got free access to enter in and out like that? You see? So there's a lot of argument and khilaf with regards to this, but we leave it to the ulama to decide. But actually it's not to find out, but some people some suggestion. Some people made some suggestion. It could be mana tahu? Inun surah Al-Waqi'ah, dhillim mamdud wa ma'im maskub. A tree, its shadow so long. Pohon yang teduhannya panjang. Even if you were to travel on a horse for 70,000 years, you'll not still reach the end of the shade. They said that could possibly be the mentioned tree. That could be the mentioned tree. But again, Allah did not say about it, and our Nabi did not say that was the tree. Nabi Adam alaihi salatu wassalam was not asked to come close to that tree. Jadi we have no idea. Actually, our mission is we leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's still a secret that only Allah knows, and it's not mentioned by Nabi also. So only some suggested. Could it be that wadhillim mamdud, ada pohon yang panjang dunia bayangan? You will be riding on horses for 10,000 years pun, you not reach the end. Tak keluar pada dunia teduhan dia. Means it must be very, very long. But was that the one that Nabi Adam came close? Wallahu a'lam bis-sawab. That is only known in the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? It could be temporary paradise, it could be in the real paradise. Only Allah knows about it. But the argument presented today, there are many views about it. So it's good to know that it could be in a temporary paradise, and that place only known by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because a real paradise nobody can enter now, because the first person to enter is on the day of Qiyamah Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At that time Nabi Muhammad was not even born. Nabi Muhammad was not even born yet. So what is the paradise that Allah promised the believers on the day of judgment? Wallahu a'lam bis-sawab. So by listening to what we have discussed today, we knew our knowledge is limited. We know our knowledge is limited, and Allah knows best. Allah knows the unseen. So therefore, brothers in Islam, our ulama says, knowing that there's one tree where the shade is so long, it should encourage believers to obey Allah more, because you are fascinated by the scenery in paradise, and that the trees are all very big and the shades are very long. You all gairah nak memperolehinya. You are so excited to possess and to be given that paradise by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I like this part of the opinion of the ulama, that when we hear the beauty of paradise, you must make sure that you desire for it and do whatever you can to reach the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, was mentioned in the Battle of Badr when Nabi said, Sari'u ila maghfiratin min rabbikum wa jannatin arduhas samawati wal ard. Quickly go to the mercy of your Lord and his paradise, its vastness as big as the earth and the sky. There was one someone said, Bach, I want it. He said, I want what you described, Ya Nabi Allah. Only like that only Nabi described. This person said, I want it. Nabi said, if you fight in this battle, then you will get it. And he fought and he died. So it was written that he will be one of those who qualify for the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And not only that, those who did not die of the war paradise, 313 of them, they were all forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, tambah gairah untuk masuk syurga by working hard to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amin, amin, amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.